Hello and welcome to your Twin Flame reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy going on between you and your Twin Flame. And Happy New Year, Happy 2021. I did recently a blog post on the full moon in Cancer. If you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, it's a really good one. I did not get to do a video reading, but yeah, like it's a good idea if you do enjoy these readings to also check out my blogs because they tend to coincide or complement the readings that I do on my YouTube channel. And so yeah, with that being said, it's the 3rd of January. We're getting started here with with Mars is going to be moving into Taurus, and that's cool because it's been in Aries, which is its home sign. It's very fiery, very passionate, can be like sort of impulsive, and I don't think impulsive is necessarily a bad thing, depends on the connotation of it, but it can be a good thing to be like, to act kind of on your instincts, right? And act on your passions, but that it takes kind of like some mastery there to really get the hang of doing that in a way that's productive. And so it's moving into Taurus, which is a much more grounded sign about, physical enjoyment. So I think that'll be really interesting to see like how your passions may be moving into a new direction, and also like seeing how this affects where you're going with your life purpose. Also, things like sexual pleasure are related to Mars, and more like outward action, taking action. So it's like maybe taking action to like go to the fridge and eat some food. I don't know. It's kind of a joke, a Taurus joke, but maybe true. And that could actually be really good for your life purpose, right? Like really grounding into your foundation in that way, like making sure to eat more regularly. These kinds of things can actually be super beneficial beyond like what you would even think. Sometimes, with calling in that next level of abundance, sometimes what you really need is that next level of support. So something to look at there. And we can start, flipping over these cards. So I've got the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue here, as well as a Moonology card. And we can look first let's look at the Moonology card first. Let's go with the union. What's going on, between everybody? It's upside down, so I think there's some extra emphasis going on with this message. And it says, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you could see with the, the arrow pointing upwards. It's about grasping spiritual meaning and being able to bring it back down, right? Like you shoot the arrow and you hope that, something comes of that, whatever it may be. Something good, right? Like you desire those good things, those good feelings in your life, and you desire for them to manifest in a way that is going to support you completely in your life. Because if you're not fully supported, then you might feel like my cat is being really silly. She totally distracted me. That's fine. But yeah, like if you're not fully supported, then you're gonna feel that. And so this is asking you to look at the bigger picture of where you maybe like actually overemphasizing where you don't feel supported, and not like kind of closing the gap there by seeing how everything does fit together. And then this allows you and I'm not saying like, you should minimize how you feel or bypass how you feel at all. But when you start to see everything, then maybe your problem isn't so big and impossible to overcome after all. Maybe your next challenge, or maybe just your next level of success. If you're already like, I don't know, I got everything I want, but I want more. Well, then it's helpful to, both ways, take a step back and take a look at how you can get there. And actually that whole next level of success thing does also apply, even if you are feeling like there's, a crack in your foundation or an upset of some kind. It may just be also that you're not embracing that you desire to go to this next level and not just have, this basic need met. Like you of course you want to have it all, right? And you can. So sometimes you do need to claim your full desire there, your full soul design, not just a part of it. And that will help that next step at this time fall into place. And that is that Jupiter spiritual, expansive kind of energy going on in your union. And that's really cool. And if you want more insight, you can always book a psychic reading session with me. Coaching and reading sessions, they're kind of one and the same, but they can be more focused towards one or the other. And especially, I feel with this new year coming on, all of the sessions that I have done so far have been super juicy. I'm looking at destiny cards for my clients. I'm looking at astrology, and or just pulling cards too. And it's not about let's look at every all 365 days or however many of the year ahead. It's just like, hey, what's your next step? What is your road to success here? Are you like looking at this over here? And this is really going to help catapult you into success for 2021, right? Like really getting clearer about your own soul design and what's going on for you currently, and combining that all together. And if you want to look at your Twin Flames info, you can do that too, and that can be helpful. So we're going to go on to the next union card here. Ace of Air, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. I love this card. It's like, a fresh little, what would you call this? A unicornling? That doesn't sounds kind of silly. Like a little unicorn. So it's really like there's something budding in your union, and that's always something to look forward to. And this energy that you feel about 2021, probably, hopefully there's some positive feelings and thoughts there. I can say that for myself, there are. And for, basically everyone that I have talked to and interacted with, there is this, positivity to it, regardless of maybe some challenges at this time. But I do believe that, all that Aquarian energy is really saying something, and it really is well conveyed in this card. This is like such Aquarian energy in this card. It's like, there's some grounding going on here, with all that Saturn energy, but also very much like ready to take flight, ready to see everything from that like one perspective. In, your own unique journey that you're just gonna like have, no matter how everyone else is doing it, you're just gonna do your thing, right? This is kind of the journey of that Aquarian nature, and it feels good, it feels good also to be able to manifest things a little bit more easily, and that's something to look at. And I'm not saying, maybe you are going to manifest gold out of, thin air in this in this new age. And if you can do that, I would love to know how, that'd be awesome to know. And if you get to that level of mastery, then that is really cool. Of course, that's personally not like my main focus. It's not like that kind of wealth. It's overall wealth, it's wealth in love. It's wealth in, essentially in love. And so gold manifesting out of thin air needs to come from that place, and not just from like an empty place of, wanting to hoard gold. There's a big difference there, right? And that could be the difference too between living your life purpose and looking successful on the outside, and not having it be grounded in, where your heart truly is. So there's a challenge here, I think, within really grounding and also taking flight with going forward with what you really feel on the inside and choosing that and choosing for that to manifest. And I say things, can manifest more easily now because of the social planets Jupiter and Saturn moving into Aquarius, out of the earth element, the physical heaviness, which is, it takes longer to manifest things in the physical, which can be a good thing. And it's great to have that lesson and then move into this air quality where it's a little bit easier for things to move a little more quickly. But that means that you also need to really take responsibility for your thoughts and feelings at this time. And moving forward from here, and this is a societal thing, like we're going to be held more accountable for that. And that's a really good thing. That is not a scary thing. That's a positive thing. That's part of the ascension process. So yeah, that's cool. So let's move on to the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, just had a little, had to breathe. Okay, 9 of Water. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. A love life. Well, that's beautiful. Who doesn't like getting that message, right? Notice how the Divine Feminine in this card is indeed, there is a Divine Feminine. It's very radiating here. Okay, yeah, I can see. And there's treasure. There's plenty of abundance. Your wishes come true, but there's no Divine Masculine present. And so what this says to me is that this is really a time for the Divine Feminine, regardless of where you are physically, with your union, to just allow your wishes to come true to you, and that your feelings and thoughts of abundance are naturally going to spill into your union. And that's really going to help to take your union to the next level from wherever it's at. It's really going to help to attract your DM on, and I don't mean direct message. Okay, that was a really silly joke. But yeah, it's going to help to attract your Divine Masculine on new levels. And I think this also speaks to what I was saying earlier about Aries. Mars moving from Aries to Taurus. And how, it's safe to want all the things and to be passionate about that. And when you get something that feels in alignment with those things that you do desire, to feel so good about it, that good feeling is it's radiating out of you. It's spilling, it's spilling over. And so that's really magnetic to your twin flame. And the nice thing about further magnetizing your twin flame is then that's really good for your union and where you both can build from. And like I said, it's from any stage of where you're at, whether you're physically with your twin flame or whether you're seeing them around sometimes or not at all or anything. It doesn't matter. Focus on this. Focus on you and your radiance. And know that you're being held, in that space to be able to do so. And healing, your kind of inner child, your desire to be the queen, right? To be the princess, the queen, have it all, play dress up with real treasure, right? Not just the costume jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so let's move on to the Divine Masculine. Okay, the Divine Masculine is very much, this is cool, very in alignment with the DF. Queen of Fire, confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So yeah, you both are really healing at this time. For the Divine Masculine, it's kind of it's more healing that confidence about your creativity and about moving forth in that way, you're a badass, but also recognizing that your twin flame meets you there too, and how good that makes her feel. I mean, that's a really good tip as the Divine Masculine to see your divine feminine in that way, and to let her know somehow, even if it's just on an energetic level or both, that you recognize her there, and you recognize this about her, and you love this about her, because then that feels really good to you, and this actually gives to you, it gives back to you, it gives back to your own creative force, and this is going to help you take your life purpose to the next level too. And it's okay to do things for you. It's okay to make your your divine feminine feel good, because it feels good to you, but also because you desire for her to feel good. Like, this is not like two separate different desires. This is the same desire. And so I think that's really actually an important lesson, because it's something that is really like a point of ego separation in consciousness, like in society, and causes a lot of like weird stuff that we don't want about, like sensuality and just attraction that isn't true. And there's no reason to feel bad about like expressing your true desires, and yeah, just feeling really confident in like your good qualities. And like I said too, recognizing perhaps the same qualities, perhaps complementary qualities in your divine feminine, and how those are like also beneficial to you, you know, vice versa. That's all good. That's like a good thing. And just because you recognize something that you really love about the divine feminine, or just about someone else in general that seems different from you, it doesn't mean that it's apart from you. And this is also recognizing like the truth of your union as being bigger than just you as your individual self, and that you don't need to do it alone. You do it as a twin flame, and that's how you're created. So it's easy once you recognize that and own that. And again, that doesn't matter even if you're not with your twin flame, or just seeing her periodically, or totally with her all the time, 24/7. There's more to go, right? Like, there's deeper you can go, and it just feels good to do that. So keep doing that, right? Like, you don't need to resist that feeling. You could see how the divine feminine is encouraging you and encouraging herself to feel good too. Of course, these cards are both divine feminine, so I would say there's something here about like more of a focus on the healing overall of the divine feminine, kind of moving into the new year. And that doesn't mean that the divine masculine is not, there isn't a focus there. It's just like you're going to feel good by like really going into that part of your psyche where there's something that is desiring attention, loving attention there, and healing that. And then this speaks, of course, to these cards, the ultra spiritual kind of message of this card, and being able to take off from that grounded place. Look how similar these look as well. And then we have more of an emotional kind of card here with the 9 of water. So I think that's kind of the last thing, is that this speaks to the divine feminine getting in touch with her emotions, and that being a key to her kind of unlocking some new levels of abundance, success, love, whatever that next juicy thing is on your journey. So get in touch with your emotions. And that's going to conclude this reading. Really enjoyed it. And like I said, check out the links. You can book your session with me. You can book a half-hour session or a full hour. Or of course you can do a package as well and just keep on going. And it's a pleasure to do your Twin Flame Psychic readings for you and help you out on your Twin Flame Ascension journey and your life purpose journey with success and abundance. And I do wish you all the success and abundance and love for 2021. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.